Okay, tonight, a better betting tip. We haven't had one of those in a while. When is it going to be okay to parlay? Kind of rhymes, too. We got a Between the Buns burger review, number 2 on the season, the burger season. I got another formula to share with you guys. Plus, we're going to see who slid into our DMs, possibly. I've got trivia, got top picks. I am JT. We are the one and only 50,000 watt voice of the numbers, guys, and this show is BS. Are you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ready, dope.
All right, let's do it.
This is the 50,000 watt voice of the numbers guys in the Motor City.
And now, live from Studio 8B, it's time to BS with the guys.
Well, what is going on, Numbers Nation? If you're seeing us on YouTube. What? Hearing us on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcasts. Man, oh man, it's so good to be with you. And if you're catching us live right now, as I know Q-Dubs is, because he says his patented signature line. You know what it is?
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, 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 says Q-Dubs. Hey, thank you so much for sharing your Thursday night with us and hanging out and doing all the stuff that we're about to do. But do me a favor, hop in the chat. It is working this week. Hop in the chat and say hello. We'd love to hear from you. If you'd rather text us, you can do that as well. That number, TNG Live 007, also known as 864-548-3007. That's 864-548-3007. And if you want to talk to us, you're going to be able to do that later on in the show as well. The phone lines will be open here in about a half an hour-ish. And finally, folks, if we provide you guys any sort of value tonight.
Eyebrows in the last one?
Got some eyebrows going on?
That's my
Yeah, I'm like growing down the side of his head.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. Handlebar eyebrows.
Yes.
Little Tiger baseball on tonight up here in Studio 8B. What was I saying? Hell yeah, if we provide you guys any sort of value, do me a favor, give this video a like. It looks like this. It's a thumbs up. Real easy to do right below. Just a thumb.
Click it, baby.
Just click it. And or your subscription to the Numbers Guys would be bigly appreciated. And also a warm welcome to all the new subscribers. We love having you around. Hope you guys enjoy what we're doing. And now with me, folks, for the entire hour tonight, the full hour, to my right, your left, my boy, D-Dub.
Oh, hey. Just catching my breath.
Yeah, you barely snuck in here.
Diabetes.
You're going to blame it on your diabetes?
You gotta get some more oatmeal in your diet.
Does that not work?
Yeah. Is that your insulin pump or what?
You got a problem? You don't like diabetics.
I don't have a problem with diabetics.
Medical emergency.
Okay, well, good seeing you. I'm glad you made it.
How do you like that shirt?
Yeah, what does that say? The Racket Club?
That's
What is
the
that?
French Open.
Roland Garros?
Yeah.
All right.
The Racket Club.
Looking good.
Might be a knockoff.
Could be. Could very well be. Next to you.
Out of trunk, I bought it.
Next to you, wearing, I can't see what that says from here, Toads.
It's a Senior Frogs.
Senior Frogs. Part of the Senior Frogs collection. Look at my boy, Toads.
It's on the back. It says, over par, where's the bar?
That's where Angie bought her first
that.
beer, I think.
Really?
Good evening,
She's going to make
everybody.
an appeance in the show tonight. I don't know if you do
21.
this.
I hope she's not going to get upset about that.
Nah, I wouldn't think so.
We almost couldn't do the show tonight. The tornado almost leveled our studio. We had
Yeah, was
warnings
that
all
close
over.
to here
We
yesterday?
had warnings all over the place. I was in the
Basement?
the square, the red square they were showing on the news, man. That was dead center in Studio B here.
There really is no basement here, right? Am I
I
wrong?
don't think so.
No. Now these cameras be flying everywhere, and microphones especially. Microphones projectiling everywhere.
I would have just
Probably.
went to Uncle Vinny's office, be protected by all the heavy file cabinets. So
I think that desk would work for all of us.
Yeah, no, you can get under here. There's a bunch of wires and shit under here, but you can get under here.
The flooding has receded. We were able to drive up here in the parking lot, so that's a good thing.
It was bad, huh?
There were some sketchy spots at Garfield yesterday. So
Any FEMA claims?
I know there was some flooding in my my subdivision. So luckily we didn't. We just had a little dabble of water.
Now,
Nothing a couple towels couldn't take
flood
care of.
insurance over here?
I
used to when I lived in Fraser.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I do have flood insurance.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well,
We got the roaring Clinton River, man. You got to be careful.
I think it roars.
Yeah.
It does roar.
Is that a branch of the River Rouge?
I hope not. No, both are equally as disgusting. Next to you, Tones, wearing no hat tonight, letting that bald head gleam.
Like glean off the lights.
Yeah, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good.
Well, it's good to get the size a little more, but we're not bad.
Sweating up that headband on those headphones probably right about now.
I should get a headband. That would be cool.
You shouldn't get a headband. Don't do. Actually, yes, you should get a headband.
Save it for our 80s night.
Yeah. That'd be good.
Okay.
Some leggings.
I don't know about that.
No,
Maybe
Okay,
some
where you draw
wristbands.
the line.
I get some wristbands.
All right. How you doing, Richie?
Good. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
We survived another week.
One
You
more
believe
week
that?
in the Motor City. One more week.
So, funny stat for you.
Yeah,
It's probably the third time I told this, but
it's okay.
97 degrees on Monday when I leave for Florida. You know what the temperature is in Orlando that day? 92.
Oh, really?
I'm going to cool off.
You're gonna go cool off in Florida.
Florida.
What day is that? When you going?
Monday morning.
Monday morning. Well, you have a safe trip.
All right.
Volleyball related or just for fun?
Volleyball.
Okay.
And fun. We're going to go to Animal Kingdom. Check it out.
Nice. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to a report on that. But in the meantime, we do have a beer to taste, as we do on every show. Call this libation.
We do?
It's a shocker. I know. It's a shocker. Libation exploration.
Tasty beers or fine bourbons for our face holes to try. It's libation exploration with the numbers guys.
And we are back in Studio 8B. And while D-Dubs passes these out,
Thank you.
there is a, I'm going to throw this on the screen. We had a viewer-submitted beer review for, throw this up here right quick. Sheboygan Brewing's Dark Cherry Blonde Ale.
Have we had this one?
I think we did.
I feel like I was really excited about this or something. It didn't turn out like we thought it was.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Was that the blood orange? I don't know.
We did blood orange
Yeah.
too. We've done a different.
I think I like the blood orange one.
I thought we did a couple of these.
We did the blueberry
Okay.
for sure. You turned me on to blueberries that day.
I'm good at turning you on.
Blueberry artificial
Ever
flavoring.
since college.
Yeah. All right. Wait, let me throw
what
this
I
up
meant.
here. This is Ethel, by the way. Ethel's beer review for Sheboygan Brewing's Dark Cherry Blonde Ale.
Okay.
Also
so you went to the
D-dubs.
store, returned some cans, and bought some beer. Not my favorite kinds, but
Didn't get her your
I
favorite.
appreciate the sentiment. So I'm reviewing. What is this called? Cherry black, deep cherry. What's it called?
Dark cherry blonde ale.
Dark cherry blonde ale. Not a big cherry fan, but I will tell you on the first can, I would give it a solid. We're on a scale of 1 to 5. Is that correct?
Yeah.
A 3.8.
That is correct.
However, by the second can, it got bumped up to, I would say, 4.0. The third can,
Whoa. We're
I'll bump
scaling.
up to a 4.3. And now finishing out the 4-pack, I would say it's a solid 4.5.
There you go.
That's my review.
Wow, you guys had
One
quite a
sip.
night.
Everybody knows the rules.
I think that's how I rate girls at a bar. Every beer, their rating goes up a little bit.
Isn't that the truth? Which actually leads to a new formula that I have while we're getting these beers ready. This is the
Multi-beer.
there's a score escalation formula, which I've known about this for a while now. And it's basically 0.2 times B, which is the beers consumed, and then you add the sober score equals I, which is the inebriated score. So on the numbers, guys, after we've had a few and we rate a beer, I kind of do this in reverse here. We have the score conversion formula. So you can convert our score to really what that beer probably should be after we've had like
Well,
5
there's only
beers.
one problem with this formula.
What's that?
Is that every beer has different amount of alcohol in ounces, right? So
It
0.2
does.
can fluctuate a little bit, right?
I did a lot of research on
That's
this.
just the average.
This is the average. It's going to get you real close to what the score should be.
Another problem is there's been a few beers that I couldn't even finish one of them. Right?
That's true.
To even get to 5.
Yeah, I mean,
would
there's.
have been a
That's the
stretch.
NA.
I'll tell you what, that would put Ange. That would put her score at a 4.6. She came out at a 4.5. So I'd say it's pretty accurate. I mean, considering, right?
Sure.
And it's only on a 5-point scale. It would be a different equation for a 10-point scale. But there you go.
I bought those. I don't think we had those on the show. I don't think, because I would, in my head I was buying them to try one, and then wasn't expecting her to drink all 4. Those are tall boys.
I didn't factor in the fact there were 16 ounces either.
Was this like the day school got out?
No, maybe the week before. It's kind of a rough time for her. But
Last
yeah,
little stretch.
she'll drink you under the table.
I don't think I could finish 4 of those. That's a hell of a run.
Well, I could. Blueberry cream.
Congratulations.
just say it. Old Nation, this is from courtesy of D-Dubs. Old Nation Blueberry Creamsicle
Blueberries.
M43. You scream, we all scream, it says.
For blueberries.
Yeah, brewery out in, what's it called? Williamstown? Williamston.
Looks like they stole the guy off that Count Chocula box, though, for this.
Yeah, blue.
A little
Blue
bit.
Count Chocula.
Oh, it kind of does, doesn't it? Yeah, what is the, what do we got here for ABV and so on and so forth? Does it say? Pre-release? No, it doesn't on this.
6.5. Where is it? 6.8. Right on the front there.
No, this is still a IPA, I assume, right?
Yeah, M43. It falls under the M43 branding.
All their drinks are IPAs, correct?
No, I wouldn't say that. Old Nation, you talking about?
Yeah.
No, they make a little bit of everything, but
Okay.
mostly IPAs, I would say.
They definitely make a lime beer, which was a winner of the Lime Beer Challenge.
He forgot.
Yeah,
Forgot about that.
it's okay. We all forget some things. Speaking of, fiance Lauren is in the chat. No chat on the screen in case we start getting spammed again from
George Bot.
George Bot. She says that wine works the same way. The score goes up as you drink it. That is 100% true. 100%. I got to figure out the median score change, and we'll do some math on that maybe next show.
So, what our friend Katie says. The more
Really?
wine she drinks, the better it is.
Yeah, well, that's the truth.
The more political she gets.
That's true.
Yeah, the more Bill Maher she watches, the more wine she drinks.
More
It's
whoopee
unusual.
she watches.
Yeah, more whoop. Oh God! Happy Juneteenth, by the way, to everybody watching.
Yeah, I didn't get my
Market was closed
mail
today.
today.
No, yeah, no mail. You were expecting something. I was supposed to get cigars in the mail, I thought, but
We do a quick trivia question on the fly.
sure.
Just throwing
Oh,
it out
boy.
there.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, for Juneteenth, what U.S. political party that is still in vogue in this country
What is the Whigs?
The Whigs?
Is that wrong?
signed off to free the slaves, which created June 19th that we celebrate today?
The Federales. No, the Federalists.
Yeah. Do we know what political party? Still kind of intact to this day, this modern day.
I know the answer.
Defined
Dubs.
intact.
Running the show.
So what you're saying is that the Republicans were the ones that.
That
Yeah.
Juneteenth is thanks to Republican Party. Yeah.
The Donald must be shaking his head right now.
Huh? No,
You called this the party
no,
of Lincoln?
it just points out the fake
You
news.
called this the party of Lincoln?
the fake news that
He can have this
yeah.
party back, he says.
So thank you, Abe Lincoln. Everybody should be celebrating Abe Lincoln Day today.
Has Juneteenth
Shut
really
up.
been around that long?
No. This thing's like made up like
No.
a
I
couple
know
years
that
ago.
it's only been like a holiday for so
Well,
long.
based on 1864 or something.
Yeah. I mean, it's always been.
Is that something Frederick
a day.
Douglass wrote about?
There's something at
No.
that bank depository.
Texas got notification. It's the day. I think it's the day Texas received notification that the Emancipation Proclamation was signed.
Yeah.
I think.
Governor Abbott got
But
the telegram.
They were a year delayed in actually receiving the notice or something like that.
Imagine being a slave on one of those Texas
You had to wait a
cotton
whole
farms.
extra year.
True,
I know.
yeah.
Those guys are in.
They kind of slow rolled that down south. You know, that Pony Express took a couple detours on the way to
was,
Texas. So, but we got there. We figured it out.
Rolled.
We figured it out.
Could have made an
Slavery.
Oregon Trail reference. I can't think of what's the disease
Oregon.
everybody got?
Dysentery.
typhoid.
Yeah, dysentery. Yeah, some dysentery going out on
chlamydia
the
maybe,
podium. Chlamydia, really? Is that a thing?
I think everything was going. They didn't have answers back then.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, they died of
Of course, Oregon Trail wouldn't tell you they
Oregon.
died of chlamydia. Oregon.
It's Oregon.
Oregon.
Oregon Trail. Come on.
I think the state is Oregon, but I think the name of the game is Oregon Trail.
Maybe.
pretty sure.
Maybe.
Pretty sure.
You know what they like? I'm gonna pull a number here. Maybe 55%
Yeah.
of all deaths
You're a numbers guy.
were claimed from in the like 1800s. It's not COVID, Jimmy.
No, is it a STD?
Nope.
No.
Something that you probably have heard of because you're an intellectual type, but
Sure. Yeah.
Syphilis.
I read all the medical journals. Yeah.
something called consumption. You ever heard tell of that?
No, I don't know what that is.
It's just the word that they used, I think, for just any generic, no reason, no answer for why they died.
Gotcha.
Just didn't have the expertise at the time,
I don't know.
or they
Anthony
didn't
would
want
know.
to touch the guy or person. You know, you don't want to put your hands in their eyeballs or sweating out.
You ever heard of consumption, Anthony?
Like beer consumption?
That's not it.
No.
I don't know. Maybe Gary's out there. Maybe somebody in the
We
chat.
should have a
may
new
answer that.
segment. This minute brought to you by a smarter DW, because he always brings up these like oddballs, and I'm not sure whether they're true or not half the time.
This 5 minutes
Do we have a
brought
fact?
to you by.
Do we have fact checkers on the show?
No,
The shoe's on fire.
This is. We'll never get this time back. You never get these 5 minutes back, folks.
What
Hope
do you think of this
enjoyed it.
beer, Jimmy?
What's that?
What do you think of this beer?
You know, that's a good question. Thanks, D-Dub. This is a little different. A little different than I kind of expected. You know what I like? Tones knows what I like.
Yes.
It's called, it's from
yes, he does.
Beer.
Just the way you like it,
That was a,
JT.
yeah, that was a,
It sold me the way.
that was a hanging curve there for you, Richie. Here's our rating scale, by the way. 5, you're driving across town for this shit. 4, you're going to buy it with no hesitation. 3, you're not going to kick it out of bed. 2, you'll choke it down for the show. So you don't look like a biatch. And 1, hard pass, nastier than Flint's water, circa 2011. It's Beer de Mac, brewed up there up north. It's a blueberry beer. Tones, I was drinking it. I don't know if you were at that place we went after the Tigers game that day, not that long ago. What's
Yes.
that place?
Oh, Scott. No,
What is it? Not important.
no. Scott. What's
You
Dan
talking
Gilbert's
English?
place?
Let's see.
No, Dan Gilbert's place.
Gillies.
Or Gilly, yeah,
Gillies.
Gilly, yeah,
Okay,
Gilly, yeah,
I was
Gillies.
gonna say Scully's.
Yeah.
Gillies.
Gillies.
You were drinking it. You were drinking.
Can I rewind that last 4 words out of Tone's mouth?
I was like, Scully's.
Yeah.
Gullies.
Gullies. This is a blueberry beer, but it's a blueberry, like almost juicy IPA, which I'm not sure that goes that well together as compared to just like a blueberry beer.
So the blueberry beer you had it at Gillies?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
That
great
was
beer.
that was like a wheat beer or whatever it was, a Pilsner or whatever.
It was, yeah, it might be a wheat beer now that you're saying that,
I
Rich.
feel like a lot of those wheats have the flavors, like a lot of orange. There's a lot of orange wheats out there. And
Yeah. Well, why don't you rate that? I'll look this up here.
rate this beer?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 4.6. One of my favorite IPAs.
Wow. That's a
It
high
actually,
score. Rich
the
is a very
blueberry-
discerning palate.
sure,
He does.
I like what I like, but I think the blueberry kind of wipes away that nasty IPA taste I don't like. And now the blueberry can taste a little better, but overall, I mean, this to me is like a one-off. I don't think I drink more than 2, but I really enjoy the one I'm drinking.
Okay. All right. Dubs, what do you think?
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't want to take a page out of Rich's book from last week, but remember he was saying that it tasted better on the tap?
Yeah.
I believe that is true, but I got to tell you a little secret here, guys.
Please.
So I got this. I think it was warm, although it might have been cool. It felt cold. The cans sort of felt cold. I wanted to get it warm because it was going to be in the car for a bit.
Okay.
So they sat in my car while Holden was playing a baseball game. Mm-hmm. And then it started to get hot the next day. They sat in the car the whole next day. And then they sat in the car the next day. And then I got them out on Sunday, I think it was. So they were sitting in a car that was probably 180 degrees, I'm guessing. I don't know what the greenhouse effect is.
Yeah, there's definitely some greenhouse effect.
So I thought it was very good in the inside the brewery. I don't think it's bad here, but I think it was a little better at the brewery.
Yeah, I'd like to try it at the brewery.
You would probably like it. You seem to like draft beer a little more than you do canned beer, right? Am I wrong about that?
If I'm at home, I don't drink cans that often. It'll be more bottle, if anything.
Okay. And also, I think
Although the summer shandy, I guess I usually buy the canned version, so it's not true.
I don't want to waste too much time, but I
Sure.
will say this. I think I like beer, pop, whatever better out of the can than I do out of a bottle.
Wow.
Is that shocking?
I think
No,
so.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I like it best
You
out of
can?
the beer gun or the beer tap.
You like it
Sure.
the best out that's not for me.
I think the can keeps it colder, right? No, I mean beer.
Maybe.
It's
But I don't think it's
still
the cold. It just tastes better to me.
I agree.
Well, unexpected support there.
Yeah. You didn't give this an actual score though. Over the
Right
last 10 minutes or so.
Jeez. I'm going to give it a 4.3.
4.23.
That doesn't match what you just kind of said. It must have been like a 4.8 off the tap.
Oh, yeah, that one that Rich brought in the second episode or first episode.
Yeah.
It's probably the best beer I've
That
ever
was
had.
good.
That was a blackberry, right?
Nope. Blueberry
Blueberry.
Sheboygan.
Oh, it was a blueberry.
Cream ale.
And I think I brought in a blackberry after that.
That one to me tasted, it smelled and tasted like Jiffy blueberry muffin mix / blueberry muffins.
The blackberry or the blueberry?
Blueberry.
Okay. That was a good one. I remember.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. It's been all downhill since.
Yeah. Well, Tones,
a
before we
degree.
get, this is the beer. It's from Beer de Mac. I'm going to have to
There you
go
go.
find this, I guess.
a wheat.
Which is like up north there, northern Michigan by Mackinac. And it's a blueberry wheat, Rich. You named it right. And in certain places, now Gillies did not put the blueberries in there, but I've had it at other places, and they do. They throw a couple blueberries in there to tantalize your taste buds.
Yeah, it's like when they put the cherries in the Sam.
Yeah. I like that. I'm a fan of that. I
I
like
enjoy that as well, Jim.
Yeah, but you know what? Blue Moon or any sort of shock top, any of those, no orange. I don't
Oh, I
like,
like
the
the
orange.
orange.
Oh, I gotta have orange.
Nah, I say keep your orange.
Gotta have orange.
NFO.
What about
No
now Corona?
Must.
Does the lime is a must?
must have.
It's not a must for you because I've seen you drink
Yeah.
more
Nothing's
without
a
the
must
lime.
for me. But
I've seen you drink
Well,
more
Jim,
without the lime than
He's
with
more
the
of an
lime.
easygoing guy. If there's a lime around, he wants one. But if there's
Right.
not,
yeah.
You mentioned you like cans.
No, but he said it's a must,
Yeah. No, I think
which
it's,
means he
there's a
wouldn't
lime-
drink it if,
No,
if it didn't have
I
any
take
of
it back. I take it back.
it's
Thank you.
preferable.
Thank
But
you.
The Corona and their cans started making the opening bigger, and it says right there, bigger opening for lime. So if you're a can drinker, they've made
thank God they
adjustments.
specified that was for a lime.
Yeah,
Oh, those are slim cans too, Rich. I don't know what
yeah.
you're.
The
yeah.
Corona Lights, I get the Corona Light cans. Yeah.
Tones, what do you think of this blueberry beer?
Blueberry is not my favorite berry. I prefer a blackberry over a blueberry.
What is your favorite? Oh, that is blackberry your favorite
Blackberry.
berry?
If I'm getting some berries, yeah, blackberry for sure.
What about a rasp?
No, that's
Huh?
my least
Not
favorite.
from the
Blackberry is the
raspberry?
official
Blackberry,
berry
blueberry,
of June 19th.
raspberry,
Juneteenth.
strawberry, blackberry up top. So,
I got it.
I'm more of a citrus with the beers, as everybody knows. This blueberry taste is to me, it's a little funky, lingers a little too much, not settling that great in my stomach. This is not my type of scenario here, so I'm going to say 3-1.
Scenario.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Not your seed, Tones.
No, not my
Wow.
Not your seed. Give this a 3.8. I want to like it more. I thought I would like it more. Blueberry creamsicle sounds really good, but I don't think it goes really well with the hoppiness from the M43. It's like M43 and you threw some blueberries in it or something. I don't know. But to me, it doesn't. Not a good harmony there.
It's definitely not as good as the what was it? The Sheboygan.
No,
What is the
No.
what is the Sheboygan? What type of beer is that?
I thought it was like blueberry cream something.
Ale.
Yeah, blueberry cream ale. That sound right? Not to be confused with
Yeah.
Genesee cream ale, the ultimate in $18 beers.
Or
for
putter
$30.
ales.
Oh, yeah. Or putter ales, for sure.
That's an inside baseball.
IB. All right.
No pepper games, by the way.
That was, I used to post that at Tiger Stadium.
What did that mean? Anybody know what that means?
Isn't,
Yeah, peppers when you go back and forth with the pickle. It's pickle.
But why did they have to post that on a Major League Stadium wall?
So obviously, they had a problem with people playing Pepper down there.
The pros?
I think the kids or the I don't know. I have no idea. The grounds crew.
Just curious, Jimmy.
Could be anybody, really.
Probably someone put the sign up and just was like, I don't know, should we keep that up? Who cares?
Hey, anybody want to do some trivia while we're here?
Might as well.
This is a modified trivia.
Modified.
Calling the masters of facts, the sultans of stats, the czars of knowledge that isn't learned in college.
I don't understand
It's
what's
the
going on
Numbers
here.
Guys
Everybody's pissed off.
All right, Numbers Guys Trivia. This is where we determine who's going to be buying the beer for the following week. Thanks for the beer, though, by the way, DW. You weren't supposed to buy this week. That was supposed to be my turn.
If I ever lose another trivia, you can buy it that week.
I'll take care of it. I doubt you're going to lose this one. So I was watching the Tigers a couple nights ago, several nights ago, and they had this, it was a game, they call it Tiger Tales. And I basically ripped this off from them, but I'm going to call it Smoosh Words. Okay? Calling it Smoosh Words. Because what we're going to do here is, I'm going to throw this up here on the screen. You're going to fill in these blanks. So basically there's 2 clues, and it's going to form a cohesive phrase. So the fill in the blanks is blank, 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 blank. And you have to do that with these 2 clues. Clue number 1, a Paul Simon song, which debuted 2 years after the Detroit Tigers won a World Series and may be your long-lost pal. Okay, so that's the first part of the Smoosh word, or words. Second part is the man who's played more games as a Detroit Tiger more than anyone else. So the man who's played more games as a Detroit Tiger more than anyone else. So if you complete these 2, if you know these 2 answers, you're going to put them together, and it's going to be a coherent phrase. Rich.
I don't know either.
Rich is, come on. You don't know that? At least the second one? If you get one, you're going to get the
It's,
other one.
I know like one Paul Simon song.
Cecilia.
No,
Yes.
not that one.
Cecilia?
Well, actually, the only
Yeah,
the
yeah,
one he
I'll
How
said.
about this
I'll
another
put it
clue?
back up.
This is one of my Mrs. Tones' favorite songs.
I
Oh,
figured
that-
you
oh,
figured
do
you
you
get
know
this one.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah,
Now I know it.
What the hell?
Does Mrs. Tones confide
What the
in
hell
you
kind of clue is that?
what her favorite songs are?
It will make sense later on.
It will make sense. Yes, so you're going to fill in the blanks.
Can Rich answer later on, like at the end?
No. Well, I mean, you can answer it anytime
Trivia
throughout the
answer
next
is,
several hours throughout the course of the show. But it's a Paul Simon song, which debuted 2 years after the Detroit Tigers won a World Series. Here's the main part of the clue. It may be your long-lost pal is the first part of this fill in the blank. And then the second part is the man who's played more games as a Detroit Tiger than anyone else. And I think we had
Don Kelly, I think.
Don Kelly, baby.
Ooh, I hope Justin Benedetti wasn't wrong about this, because this was ripped it right off from him. Jason Benetti, I'm sorry. We came up, D-Dub and I were talking a little bit about this earlier. Of course, I didn't give
lemon
him,
with the blueberry.
yeah, don't do that. I didn't give him the answer, but it's like the southern tip of Africa is Cape Horn, and then another word for cornucopia would be Horn of Plenty. So you put it together, it'd be Cape Horn of Plenty, right? Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So that's the same type of thing. All right. Moving right along, Rich. I hope you get this.
Nope.
Actually, I hope you don't get this, because I have a feeling the other guys did get this. Let's do some one of these. All right, Between the Buns, our burger review series. This is number 2, hot off the press. You guys ready? Okay, here we go.
Run it.
Tonight, we are in Sterling Heights, Michigan at Robusto's Cigar Bar. Come inside with us and see if this burger can tantalize our taste buds and go between the buns with the numbers guys.
One take.
Let's check it out, boys.
All right.
Let's go.
Very good.
It's good music.
All right, so we are outside the inside of Robusto's Cigar Bar.
Nice little deck out here. A little cozy.
It is.
I
A little
like
chilly tonight, but you know, we got.
We were
two.
in a hot studio, so it's okay to cool off about 30 degrees.
It's refreshing because you got your lumberjack shirt on still.
That, and it's a
Smart.
patio. It's got lighting, and it's got cars zooming by.
Yeah.
But it's blocked out by this faux.
We're in our little
Oh,
oasis
what
here
would you call that?
from the road.
It's a faux hedge.
Call
it
Oasis.
Hedgerow? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
So 2018, this place was founded. I don't know if it's this
Founded
one.
it.
There's 2 locations.
Oh, two?
Oh, wait.
Dearborn.
Dearborn.
Okay.
Yeah, Dearborn. So there's this location here in Sterling Heights. There's a location in Dearborn,
Okay.
founded by Harry Bavry, is what it specifically says on their website.
Okay.
Obviously, a full selection of cigars.
Yes.
Humidor inside.
Very nice selection, actually, of cigars.
Is there?
Very nice.
I'm excited about that. I'm gonna have one of those after we eat. Full
Is it a
bar.
fucking train
How
going
many
by
beers
there?
on tap? Would you say? Yes.
Looks like they have 7 draft beers, and they also have another 20 in bottle form.
They do.
They got a-
for some seasonal.
Yeah, good lineup of mixed drinks, though. That I might be trying an old fashioned here after the burger comes out.
I will
7.
say for a cigar place, though, this has nothing to do with the burger, of course, but usually there's a bigger selection of bourbons and
Okay.
scotch, but there doesn't seem to be.
Yeah, that's a common cigars and
Yeah.
bourbon scotch, right? Yeah.
So limit. It's a little bit limited there, but I know from experience, you got, and we've all, I think most of us have had that Smoky Manhattan, which is really fantastic.
This
Not
is kind of a place that you'd come to, like for.
So you want to
Either-
chill with the boys, you
Yeah.
know, hang out, smoke a cigar.
Like a long Friday lunch,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
It's nice, it's nice and cozy, couches and, you know, comfy chairs in there. Oh, it's very cozy inside there. Like, you could relax there, hang out for a few hours with the guys, have a few
A lot of
mixed
leather
drinks.
and wood.
You say mahogany.
Mahogany, sure.
Oh, good. You got a couple nice TVs if you want to chill and watch a game. What you
Just
got?
watch the
You got some
Tigers
Tigers
game.
going on right now inside there.
Yes. It sort of seems like this is the place if you're like maybe a bachelor with you know, working, making decent coin, and you want to get you know, pampered a little
A
bit.
little higher end hangouts,
Yeah.
you know, with the dudes. Yep.
This is like the gal's version of a Manny Petty.
As I'm looking in, I think all the customers here are men.
I was gonna say not a place to meet women if you were
not-
a
yeah.
Probably not.
Right.
Yeah.
This is a good
Not one in the
grinder meetup.
that one
This
in the
would be a
place
good
that night.
grinder. Only
Yeah.
you only have experience with grinder out of the 4 of us here. So I
You
don't
really
even
hit
know
that
what that is.
grinder hard.
Oh, Daryl brought it up.
Okay.
I'm not aware of too many other guy meetups. Is Craigslist still a thing?
The Craigslist killer, he destroyed all that stuff. So.
Grinder and the numbers guys meetups.
Those are weird. Those are weird.
And they're all heterosexual male, but
Sure.
it's all male.
Yeah. So Rich, you're the CPA of the group. What is your audited burger count and price range?
I saw 2 burgers along with sliders. The 2 burgers, I think, were the Wagyu burger for 20, or the Hangover burger, which look pretty similar. I think it's Wagyu beef as well, but comes with an egg for 25. So
And bacon. Bacon and egg.
bacon and egg. That's
Okay.
a hefty price for $5. So I'm not sure that adds up in my mind.
Throw some hash browns on there, maybe.
Yeah, that's an
Side of
expensive
toast.
egg. Really.
No, egg
So-
prices are up.
They both come with fries though, right? And it looked like truffle fries were a little upcharged, right?
$6 for truffle fry. I don't
That's a big upgrade.
like
right
truffle
I'd rather
fries
just
that
have.
much.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
the same. I think we all got the regular fries.
Maybe salt and pepper. That's about it.
I think we're all
think
just
we're-
throwing our burger order.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody's getting wagon steak burgers? Is that what you're saying? Or
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah, it's Wagyu steak burger for me as it
Anthony,
comes
what
on the
are you
menu.
gonna get?
yeah,
I'm gonna wait with steak, but no cheese or aioli though.
no cheese, no aioli. Gotcha. Regular,
Rich, what do you-
She's got me.
regular
everything?
for you.
I'm a little bit finicky myself.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm gonna get it without anything except for cheese.
Meat and cheese and bun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
The only cheese would be the Swiss, right?
Yes. Yep.
We gotta decide your price too, regular or truffle.
Regular.
You want everybody want a regular,
Regular,
right?
Yeah, regular.
Yeah, okay.
My favorite part.
The topic.
He met a Jill on Grinder. He's like, nope, nope.
On what?
Grinder.
On Grinder?
Is that the wrong
You been on
one?
Grinder?
I don't know how Daryl knows.
You need Joe.
We talked about it on what?
If you get the bourbon mild cherries,
Yeah, we're doing good.
Good for now.
Yeah, thank
That is
you.
a mighty lantern.
It is a huge lantern. Yeah, I had to build that.
Oh, really?
Hey,
Yeah.
Review
Nice.
for a burger.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, we're doing burger reviews.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, Jim was about to talk about his lantern. I think he stepped on his feet.
I was about to, because you really
That was
liked
my
it.
bad.
I was going to say,
block Jim there.
right.
Kill the clock.
Yeah, the burgers are out.
I should have. I waited till the last one got served on this one. Though.
Nope. Side eye from Daryl.
Yeah.
The slow motion eating. Oh, a little stringy there.
Juicy. Again, the seasoning on the meat, I could probably use a little more.
You're right. It's a little light. I would agree with that.
And the bun is like I describe it as a Krispy Kreme donut without the sugary substance.
That's a good. Yeah, you're
It's
right.
holding it together better. I know I don't have all the toppings, but it seems like it's a better hold on the burger.
So all you got was shallots on yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
This is holding up pretty well with all that.
Yeah,
stuff.
you know, it's
holding
hard on the bottom, but it's crispy.
yeah,
Yeah.
Those, they must burn them on the.
Yeah, to keep them together, because that's pretty unique.
That's a
Take
different.
the flame torch to the bottom, I think.
Is that what it is? Or did
Could
they
be
put it on
that,
the grill?
or they just threw it on the grill.
On the grill.
One of the two.
With the cigar
Maybe all
torch.
the whatever sugar from the donut fries up there.
Yeah.
I think it's the right amount of meat. It's I'm not a fan of the only the cheddar, Swiss. So I would not do Swiss on a burger. That's my one.
What's your
thing.
guys' opinion on
The seasoning is not there either.
fatter patty compared to two smaller patties?
I think I like the two, to be honest
I
with
think
you,
so,
but
too.
only because it's
Then I got a couple napkins.
cooked so nicely, you know?
Yeah, normally I don't like the thinner patties. At least I always thought, like, give me a thick patty. But I think two
But
thinner
a double,
patties.
two thinner patties, yeah.
But it's just two like regular size patties. I
You
will
think
say.
if you're just a traditionalist, like just like that average burger, normal toppings, you think that average person would rate this high?
I don't know how you couldn't like this.
I mean,
like a burger?
the flavor's good, yeah.
It's good, but I think there's room for improvement.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think offering a
I
little
don't know
lettuce.
why
on
not
there.
offer the fixins, you know?
Yeah.
I'm a fixins guy.
With this, not even adding tomato, just maybe a little lettuce, and with this, I think might add a little touch to it.
I don't know if this is the kind of place where, like, they would want to tell you what you're eating. Like, you don't order it because you like lettuce and tomato and onion.
Yeah.
No, we're giving you the onion, the shallot pickled.
And you're gonna
And
like it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, shallots are
Not
in a
American
jar.
cheese, Swiss cheese.
Shallots in a jar also. With all the cigar smoke going on, you might not want pros like playing around.
That was the
point.
smartest thing
That
you've
could
ever
be
said.
thought out that way. Well, plus I think when you don't have all the other stuff, the meat itself is the star of the show. Like I think if there was lettuce and tomato on top of this, I don't know if I would like it as much, really. Would you be
I would say, like, our Wagyu's, we got Wagyu, it's so good that we don't want to distract from that.
Right.
Yeah, last thing you want is smoky lettuce.
That's a really good point.
Sort of sucks up the essence of the place.
Well, plus, like this is a rich taste, which we're gonna do with the cigar.
Robust.
It's robust. You could say that.
It pairs well with the cigar.
It would go with the cigar, like bourbon, right?
Fair enough.
This will go with bourbon.
That's what go with. That's how I'm gonna have an old fashioned.
Compared to you got lettuce and tomato. You're right, Rich. It ain't gonna fly. So I'm gonna say shout out to Robustos for some of the forethought
Maybe.
with that, because it had to be. Because the other burger doesn't have it either, right? No lettuce, tomato.
I don't think so.
I didn't see that on there, no.
It was all egg, rich
Yeah.
steaks.
Everything was the same.
I think Swiss, it's just adding egg and bacon to this.
Uh-huh.
I think everything else is great. Same.
croissant. Almost.
Yeah.
I think
Like
donut's the more
yeah.
appropriate Krispy Kreme
I
donut,
don't
but
think
I
it's
mean,
quite as sweet as
Right.
but yeah, croissant's about
I
right.
can say-
A buttery bun.
It might be a little too buttery for me. Like a little overdone buttery.
Taken away from the
buttery?
taste a little
Yeah,
bit.
I think so.
I don't know how that. I don't really pick up the pickle shallot flavor. Do you? I mean,
Very little.
I still get onion. There are certain pickles, like pickle things that, I mean, so if I have a jalapeno, I'd rather have a regular jalapeno than pickled jalapeno.
I get you.
But I don't even really taste the difference on these at all. Tastes like an onion to me.
What do you reckon the weight was on this? Because this has to be more than half a pound, right?
I'd say half a pound.
Half a pound?
After cooking. Yeah.
it could be
Maybe
0.6.
could be a 2/3, but I would think it'd be a half pound.
I think it was probably 2/3. He waited in the bathroom.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the start. I think so.
Have you guys ever had anything similar to that? Burger-wise? I don't think I have.
Never this specific
know how
topping. This might be the only burger we ever have that has this as a topping.
Possible.
Not to pile on the fries, but just for me, I'd like a little more seasoning in the fries.
These are pretty solid, right?
I don't know if there was a fry. It's between the buns.
You don't have to admonish me.
Keep it between the buns.
Stick to the fucking theme.
Harsh, but that's fine.
Well, Jim, I'm done. You guys want to head back to it?
Yeah, plates clear. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
Right. And we are back in Studio AB. Hey, and now would be a great time, an excellent time to actually just pause for 1 second here.
Pause for a cause.
I'm going to pause for the cause for 1 second to remind you that if you find anything that we're doing interesting, fun, definitely fun, or maybe even a little bit helpful, especially if you are here in the Metro Detroit area, give this video a like and subscribe to the Numbers Guys on YouTube. Or if you prefer audio only, you can just subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. And if you have a burger spot that we need to check out, say it's mandatory for us to check it out, and it's in the Metro Detroit area, leave it in the comments. We're always looking for suggestions. And as a reminder, if you want to see these reviews close to a week before the video drops, check out our live show, as some folks are doing right this instant. This show is BS with the Numbers Guys, which is every Thursday night on YouTube. And you can also access our database. We have a burger database on our website. Did you guys know that?
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, you knew that. D-Dub checked it out. That's at www.numbersguys.live. And finally, if you want to visit Robusto's and check out their burger for yourself, you can do that. And their information, rather, is in the description of this video. So let's get this thing rated. And before we do that, let me just throw this up here. Okay, so here's our burger score. Or here's how our burger score translates into our rating. If you want an in-depth explanation of how we arrive at the scores, we have an explainer video on our channel. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that because it's not up yet. I haven't put it up there yet. But we have an explainer video, you son of a bitch. You don't know what the... Yeah. Okay, so 90 to 100 is legendary, 80 to 89 excellent, 70 to 79 very good, 60 to 69 good, 50 to 59 average, and below 50 is it needs help. And the first rater tonight is Richie. Richie, there's your scores. 16 for the bun, 15 for toppings and accoutrement. Wow. Look at that. Want to talk about it?
Yeah, I mean, actually, it's funny. I fill these out, and I don't know what the score is. So that was a surprise to me. I thought it was gonna be closer around 80, but we paid a little more. I think you got a little more, so there's that offset to it. I enjoyed the bun a little more on this burger. I know Tone said too much butter, but I know me and Dubs can't get enough of it. So that part was good for me.
Jimmy's, I can't believe it, not butter.
Yeah,
I'm more of a margarine guy. No, not really.
I thought the beef was you're paying for a premium, so I thought that was a little better taste. I still think it was lacking the. Still trying to get a burger that is really seasoned up. Yeah, I haven't come across one of those in our travels yet. But that's my only complaint. And then my only other complaint was I understand why they can't offer. I think we talked it through there that doesn't make sense to offer the tomatoes and lettuce. But I enjoy those on my burger, so I kind of missed that part.
Excellent. And while we're here, Aunt Debbie in the house, she says, "Wish this was Smell-O-Vision." I believe you do, Aunt Debbie. Although in Texas, I'm sure they got some great burgers. Probably better than Detroit.
Some
I'm
terrific
sure.
burgers.
Better selection.
Yeah, better selection. All right, Tones. Here's yours, buddy. You had 18 for the buns, 17s for topping and accoutrement. Big score on the patty there at 36.
Yep.
Building aesthetics at 8, and then overall sides and value 7.
Yeah, we all seem to like the bun. Good texture. Held it together very well.
Too much butter.
Little flaky, but yeah, I'm not a heavy butter person. I think it was maybe taken away from the beef a little bit, too overpowering bun taste. But it was a good solid bun. I'm not going to complain too much about that. Patties were good. I think I'm in consensus with everybody else. Seasoning could be. I'm not a huge over-seasoned guy, but I think it was a little light. But it was cooked properly for me. Juicy all the way through. I love the double patties over the one thick patty. I think that's the way to go. I wish, again, more topping selections. I understand, like Rich was saying about being in a cigar bar. I'm a traditional when it comes to burgers. I like my lettuce, tomato, and onion generally. And sometimes usually ketchup too. So having shallots instead of all that stuff, changes up for me. But and value-wise, yeah, it's expensive. But I'm not going to eat a Wagyu burger every day. So I think it's worth the price. Fries alongside was really good, crispy. And I think the fries were seasoned properly, not too salty, and it was a nice addition to the plate. And this visually, it looked great when it came out, like nice thick bun. The burger very presentable when they delivered it. So,
are you ready for your score?
Yes.
Total score 86.
Yes.
Excellent. Damn, you're nearing legendary status.
Yeah, like I said, if they had some toppings I liked on there, I think we could have been pushing 90. But yeah, I would go back and have another burger and an old fashioned anytime.
For sure. And there's either a hive of bees next door or somebody's vacuuming. Do you guys hear that?
I think it's a vacuum.
It's a vacuum.
It happens.
Yeah,
About
Studio
every Thursday night.
Yeah,
around
Studio
this time.
9C.
Got to keep it clean.
Yeah,
The old haunting grounds.
sure. All right, Dub. Here is your ratings for a Robustos. Yeah, 19 on the bun.
18.
18 out of 20. Yeah, you're right. 18 out of 20. 18 out of 20 toppings and accoutrement. Big score on the patty, 37 out of 40. Building aesthetics, 9. And then 7 out of 10 for overall impression, size, and value. Here, I would assume the price maybe turned you off a little bit there.
Well, let me say this. I'm a pretty generous guy, as you know, Jimmy.
I know.
I could take you and me out.
You
we
could.
go get a couple burgers at Robustos.
Sure.
I'm not paying for any cigars.
That's fair. Yeah.
Or I could take all 4 of us. That's you, Tones, and Richie.
Wait, well, let me guess. To the Hilltop Bar.
And I could pay for all 4 of us.
You know how many times we said Hilltop in that video before I edited it all out?
That's got to be the best advertising of them all. Right?
All right, go ahead.
Well, one thing for Tones. I just got a few points, Jimmy, that are kind of unrelated to my score. Tones, what about a buttery spread that had canola oil mixed in, that it makes it, no?
Too much.
And I like, and this is no shot at Rich, but I like how Rich's suggestion that all the side ingredients like lettuce and tomato and onion would be absorbing all the smoke. I like how we accept that is fact all of a sudden. Like, Rich is the factiest guy,
I mean,
Come on.
it made sense
He's
to
no
me.
expert.
It made
The
sense to
hell?
me. I
You have a lot of
I don't know
culinary
if
expertise.
I'm sure there's a way you could separate it, but
It makes sense. I agree, but it's like,
It was
Anthony,
more of a common sense
Anthony,
comment.
you
I don't
can't
think
just
it makes
assume
me
that
any
that's the way it
smarter.
is.
So if I called Mr. Robusto up right now and asked him, like, is that the reason?
Yeah, what was his name? Amir Bari? Something Bari?
Sorry, guys, I forgot
Yeah.
what his name was, but that, and then the other thing was the shallots. I'm not eating the shallots, so I shouldn't even comment on this, but usually shallots I think of as being sort of like chopped and added to a sauce, like a
How often do you
flavory
eat shallots?
sauce.
How often do you eat shallots?
Chopped shallots.
It's in a lot of your fine French dining,
I don't go to French.
It is a
dining.
bistro. It's a cigar bistro, right?
but you don't usually think of it as being where it's what would you call
I
that?
never think of shallots. Period. I
No?
never think of shallots. That never crosses
Like
my
a small
mind.
onion.
Yeah, it's an onion. Yeah, type of
I bet you less than 1/10 of burgers, 1/10% of burgers in the U.S. have shallots on it.
I would bet you 1/10 of a 1/10. 0.01.
Yeah, it's a low number that have the shallots.
I like this burger a lot, but Jimmy, we were kind of talking about this earlier. I eat a lot of burgers, so you think that might make me my scores are tending to be higher right now than the other three of you.
There's been a whole two of them.
But you should
think
be more critical though if you eat a lot of burgers.
How many burgers have you had since you left? We left last Thursday.
1.
5. I had 5 burgers.
God dang, man!
I wanna watch
Get
your diet.
Yeah, get your cholesterol checked.
I don't know if that's something to brag about.
No,
It's how you.
It's only been
Is
5
that
days.
affecting your A1C?
It's how you combat the diabetes.
Okay.
I don't
You
think so.
extra salt. You less sugar, extra salt.
I might not be the smartest in the room, but I don't know if that adds up.
Yeah, you are the CPA.
Get your
You would
10
know if it added up.
Go get your 10 key.
Okay, do you eat more burgers or more pizza?
Those are about the 2 things that I eat.
So do you rotate pizza burger? Like, is that how you do it?
Pizzas, burgers, French fries.
Okay.
It's pretty much that.
That encompasses your palate right there.
So it just depends on the week.
Okay. Do a 3-4 split one.
The question is how much pizza have I had this week? Is that your question?
Yeah, compared to 5 burger nights. How
2.
many? 2 pizza.
2 pizza.
Now could next week be like 4 pizza nights and 3 burger nights? Is that possible?
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely. The bun was just very good. I liked it. And I like the Hilltop one. I know I'm saying Hilltop again.
Yeah.
But totally different. We're going to have to, in episode 700, we're probably not going to list all 699 buns that we've had prior.
That's true.
But totally different. And it fit the whole theme of the, I want to say restaurant, but it's really more of a
Bistro.
hangout or whatever you want to call it, right?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't have any real negatives on this place. The fries were the biggest negative I guess I really had. And yes, the price, you're going to find that my score is significantly higher than last week. It's a tasty burger, but the price doesn't really get reflected enough, in my opinion, in the score.
Okay.
Because is it really worth double of the other place? I don't know. It's more than double, really.
I noticed that.
If you're having 5 burgers a week, I definitely would recommend you go to the Hilltop.
It seemed
I
like
recommend you start making them at home, probably.
it seemed
would
like
be a
Cigar
better-
Bar, though, it's a lot of regulars. Like, it seemed like everybody kind of knew each other.
Like
And-
Cheers in there.
Yeah, and I think a cigar bar, you limit the audience there, and you get a lot of repeat people that want to go smoke a cigar and have dinner and have a drink. So
I think a lot of those places make their money off memberships too.
Yeah.
So you're going to find a lot of the same.
Do they have memberships there?
I'm not aware of that.
I'm sure they did. When you guys went in there, did you see lockers at all? Cigar lockers?
I
If
did
they-
not.
That's usually the membership.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're near the back, right? Yeah.
Or
I
they might be. I
thought I
didn't
saw
notice
some
it.
in there.
Yeah.
So
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. We spent more time outside than inside for this one.
Gotcha.
Which was cool, even though it was a little loud, but it was still, a breath of fresh air, if you will, literally.
Yeah. That
Right?
would be a potential negative. If you don't like the smell of cigars, then you're going to be smelling them while you eat.
That
if you
could
eat
be,
inside, for sure.
that could be a big drawback
Yeah.
for somebody.
All right, Deb, here is your score. I'm going to throw this up here.
89, excellent. Almost made it to legendary
Almost.
status. The rating scale is what we have to work with. I don't think the price quite gets $20 a burger is a little steep.
That is, yeah. I'm not
Delicious though.
Yeah, it's
Delicious.
It's delicious. It's a good burger. It's a good burger. Here's what I got.
And I don't like Swiss, by the way.
Right.
I
I don't
made
think.
it legendary if they had cheddar. I don't know why
American.
that's one thing. Or
I'll tell you what, man. I don't think I like Swiss, but I think I like Swiss. You know what I mean?
I like
I
it.
like Swiss in certain things.
I like it on a lunch meat sandwich cold. Not
That's
Okay.
good sometimes. And then it's good with tuna fish. Swiss and tuna is
Yeah.
a classic
Yeah.
combo.
My wife always gets Swiss on her burgers, and I think I actually really like it. So maybe that has something to do with the score. But anyway, I got the bun, 19 out of 20. Toppings and accoutrement, 15 out of 20. Patty, 36 out of 20. The build and aesthetics is an 8 out of 10. And the overall impression, size, and value, 8 out of 10. I'm looking at my notes here on this one. The bun. Okay, so the bun, if you want the best brioche bun, where it's, because brioche is going to be buttery anyway, compared to like a yeast roll, right? Man, that thing is almost... It's layered like a croissant instead of having these circular cells like a typical bun would have. And it's a bistro, so maybe they did kind of go for that croissant type of vibe. But that bun is edible, and I would have that every day. Just eat it by itself with
plus.
Yeah, no additional butter required, as Tones will tell you. Not a big fan of the buttery taste, but man, that thing is buttery. The toppings. I deducted points for this because my aioli was heavily on one side of my burger. So it wasn't evenly spread throughout. I don't know if I effed that up or maybe they did, but I did notice that. So it was a little bit different between the halves that I ate. The cheese, back to Swiss cheese, it was melty and stringy. Sometimes you get Swiss cheese and it's just almost like a sweaty mess. Like a block almost. I don't know, block. What's the word I'm looking for?
I've never seen Swiss do that.
You ever
really
seen that?
String out like that?
Yeah, string out like that. That's what I'm saying.
More of a mozzarella thing.
Yeah. That thing
Munster.
was stringy or Munster or provolone even. That was
Munster have you had? You're a Munster guy?
A lot.
Really?
It's pretty mild.
Okay.
Just like me.
Yeah. My patties were just ever so slightly overcooked. They were supposed to be medium. They were probably medium well, but otherwise they were exceptional, juicy, flavorful. The build, there was no cold toppings on there, so this was really hard. I mean, it looked nice coming out. The bun looked good. The patties looked good. It was thick, and it was, it looked good, but there was no cold toppings. So, as Rich had noted, possibly, we don't know for sure. Maybe we'll follow up with them and find out if that is why they don't give you any lettuce, tomato, and onion with that burger. But I don't think it needed it. Like I said in the video, I think it would have actually subtracted from the overall taste of that burger. And then overall impression, size, and value. Good fries, and really, I know it was $20. It's a $20 cheeseburger, but I think that was fairly priced for what you get. If it was $15, I'd say that's a great value. If it was $25, I would have felt ripped off a little bit. So my total comes to 86. Excellent burger. Little conflicted on this one because I've had this burger before, and I really, really liked it. And I thought if anything is legendary, this might be the one. Didn't get there.
Yeah, leave your options open.
I guess so. Is anything really going to be legendary if that one wasn't?
I don't know.
I
It's
think
2 weeks
so.
in a row I'm the lowest on the grid. Maybe I'm the burger snob.
No. I think you do.
I think we'll come across something that hits our palate.
Yeah,
Could be tonight.
could be tonight.
Maybe a burger is peasant food, and it should be on the cheaper side, not fancy Swiss cheese. Just gotta
Is Swiss cheese more
the kind of
expensive?
cheese you gotta unwrap.
Oh, that I like that too.
Individually sliced
Like
and wrapped.
Wahlburgers with the government cheese. Or what do you say?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. So to wrap this up, the composite score that the numbers guys give Robusto Cigar Bar and Bistro in Sterling Heights, Michigan. What do you think,
85.
Rich? Man, you've been one off. You're one off. 86, excellent. Congratulations to Robusto. Solid burger. 86, excellent. That is pretty good. I mean, I don't know how much more we're going to be able to get above that.
That's a tasty burger.
It's a tasty burger.
I rounded down.
You rounded down. You're just doing yours 5.
I'm a conservative guy.
That's what you're
all.
doing.
I guess it's by nature.
All right, that's fair.
His clients love him.
Yeah. Hey, and listen, we're going to be doing this again next week. And next week's burger is Dubs.
Naked Burger, and it's a chain, if you will, although it's relatively small. Rich, isn't there one out in Rochester?
Closed.
Closed.
So this might be the only one now that I know.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Shoot.
There's no.
I take back what I said.
Yeah. They tried.
Place for cocktails and
Good cocktails. I'm looking forward to a nice paper plane.
Is it like decent size inside? I thought it
Quite
was
small.
like more of a
Quite small.
Okay.
Not
Although
that
there
big.
might be a back room,
I don't know.
but quite small.
Okay. I've never been in there, so we'll find out.
So tune in next week and find out how Naked Burger,
Not next week.
2 weeks. Yeah, we'll get to that.
No, it's next week, but it's provocative in name.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just tune in at some point in the
It's
future. We'll have
provocative.
this up.
Just watch our
Isn't
damn
it?
videos.
Yeah.
Is that provocative?
What?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't call
Naked
it
burger?
provocative.
Like I said, I might leave my pants.
Not
leave my pants at
cool,
home.
dude.
Okay. All right. So, you know what we got to do? I got to open the phone lines first of all. Well, I feel like we're just getting started here, but I got to open the phone line. So if you'd like to talk to us, there we go. If you'd like to talk to us, you can call in. That number, 717-TNG Talk. That's 717-864-8255. And Aunt Debbie in the chat, she says, I wish this was smell-o-vision. I think I said that. Mm-hmm. Yes. And then she says, okay, you're back at the studio now. I don't want smell-o-vision, which is probably
good idea.
That's a real good idea.
When we were scoring it up here after the show,
yeah,
I don't think Tones would want you to be having smell-o-vision.
No, I don't think so. I wouldn't.
Those shallots, they got me the next morning.
The shallots got they got you. They got you.
He got bronchitis.
Nobody's got time for that. Again, 717-TNG Talk. That's 717-864-8255 if you'd like to call in. And we got to do something here. We have a pretty large social media presence, as you might be aware. I think we've done this once or twice before. We get these DMs. D-Dub, he's in charge of this. He checks them, and he reads them. Here we go.
Who's that numbers guys fan sliding into our DMs? Is it a request for Tones to chat about his BMs? Or for Dubs to tell us he's a hilltop man? Maybe it's for JT from the Proud Boys clan. It could be for Richie. Queens Bar is where you'll see him. You never know what we get. Sliding into our DMs. Sliding into our DMs.
All right, sliding into our DMs. Let's turn it over to Dubs.
We gotta play that theme song every week.
No, we can ixnay the Eamstong thing.
No, I get a lot of DMs saying
Yeah,
that's
you
the
do.
best way. I don't read
You do.
those though. I don't want to give. I don't want you to get too.
Oh, you get DMs about the theme song.
Yeah, I don't want you to get too. I want your head to get too big. You got a big head, is all I'm saying.
Well, I got a huge head.
People,
but
people like the
people like the
theme
song,
They
or
like
they
the
want us
song.
to stop
They
playing
like
it?
it.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
I was thinking of making it my ringtone.
Okay. I don't want to be the. This is a wordy one. I don't think it was edited properly. I don't want to be the grammar police here, guys. But somebody said something about cutting hairs, which I don't think is an expression, and then smoking Manhattans, which I don't think is supposed to be smoked at all. But the most confounding of them all are, what are you coating dust in fries?
Yeah, that's,
I might be able to.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Okay.
The National Enquirer.
Oh, it's at National.
We're drawing some big heat, but I don't think that's the kind of heat we want.
All right, I think I know where this originates. In the Hilltop Burger review, you said, and he coats the dust in fries.
I think that was a spoonerism.
Yeah, I mean, this is a grammatical slip up. You said that, what was the other one? Cuts my hair or something?
Said something about cutting hairs.
Cutting hairs. I think Rich meant to say splitting hairs.
splitting hairs.
Splitting hairs.
Yeah, he said cutting hairs. And then the third one?
Smoking Manhattans.
That was Rich. That was smoke old fashioned. He said smoky Manhattans.
Yeah.
But I put a translation up. This was his.
I thought we were past 911, guys.
Yeah. So that's what.
Sorry, 911. Don't want to be on next week's DMs.
No, you don't want to be. All right, so we got that rectified. Those are official corrections, by the way.
I like to point out most DMs are negative towards Richie. I don't know why.
Well, to me, they said that my face looks like a C word. I mean, how much more negative can you be than that?
Well, that's just plain mean.
Yeah, that's just mean. Okay. Go ahead, Dub.
Love the burger video. Those were some fresh cuts. You might win a Tubi. That's from QDub 2029.
Oh, nice.
Hey,
There
shout
you
out
go.
Q-Dub.
There you go,
Thank
Q-Dub.
you.
You think
I
that's
hope you
from,
enjoyed those.
Would we proudly display our Tubi?
I would display a Tubi. Sure.
Jim's the one that makes the fresh cuts. Would they give it to the numbers guys, or would they give it to
I think Jim would
executive
probably
producer?
speak on behalf of all of us at the ceremony.
Yeah, I would. I'd
You
say
think that was from the QDub?
couldn't do it without these guys. Huh?
You think that was from the QDub?
Well, he said fresh cuts, which I know is a Q-Dub ism. So I'm going to go with, I'm no Columbo here, but I'm going to say that was probably the Q-Dub. Thanks for chiming in the chat tonight, Q-Dub. And
He should call in.
he should call in.
You know what, though?
What's that?
My son has a baseball game out in Ypsilanti,
Okay.
not far from where the Q train rolls.
Q line.
We invited him to go to the game tonight, the game that I'm not at.
So you invited him to go in your place? Is that?
And somebody said he has a hot date.
Ooh.
Whoa.
So if he can call in, maybe we could,
Yeah.
give him some cred.
Some pointers.
Yeah,
No,
apparently.
give him some cred that he knows the numbers, guys.
Sure. I'm
That
sure
probably isn't gonna
that
help
young
any.
lady would really be excited to know that.
Or man.
Or whatever.
We're not biased.
No,
here.
we don't care. Yeah.
My daughter was talking to one of her friends on the
Telephone?
cell phone.
Really?
And, well, it was a video phone.
Video. That's what they do. Yeah.
Same thing, though. Same phone.
Right.
And she said that she has over 500 subscribers. I said, well, we have 667, so
8.
I'm not sweating it. But that's neither here nor there. Insightful stuff, D-Dub, regarding how they named the hilltop.
Tarko 816.
I guess there's truth in advertising from the Yellow Book.
Ah.
Oh. That's a
Throwback.
little bit of a plug from the Yellow Book, but I think Dubs pointed out that they named it because it was on the top of the
Anybody
hill.
get a Yellow Book anymore?
No.
Not free.
No.
I don't think they dump them anymore.
Yeah.
It's really the Yellow internet website.
Yeah. Yellow Google.
Crude and Tux. Ducking it out for creepiest of the creeps. Now you're left with a castrated leader.
Wow.
What the?
It's dark.
Less with a
Crude and Tux. Oh, Tucker. Cruz and Tuck.
Ted Cruz and
That's
Tucker?
Jim's two favorite
Oh, his two favorite-
politician
yeah.
political types.
Oh, okay.
They got in some sort of a tiff, I
A
guess.
little tip. So whose side do you go on if it's Cruz versus V Tuck?
I'm not a big Ted Cruz guy. However, I went to sleep last night
You
watching.
look like Ted.
No, don't say that. Watching Tucker Carlson interview Ted Cruz. I fell asleep. That's the way I went to bed last night, literally.
Creepiness.
But now you're left with it.
Tucker is on the side of we should not get involved, correct?
I would say most people are on the side of we shouldn't get involved. I can't imagine Ted Cruz. Is Ted Cruz? Is he like a Lindsey Graham, like a warmonger?
See it that way.
I think he wants to get
He
the.
called him an anti-Semite.
Wow.
So I think
And then he called him an anti-dentite.
I'd say the other view would be is like we got Iran on their heels.
I see both points of the
Their
argument.
defenses are down. Do you just take them out so you don't have to worry about this again down the road? And they are an oppressive regime where the people of Iran want them out too. They're not a fan of
Sometimes
the
you cut
Khamenei.
the head off though, and two more grow in its place.
That's
so
the
watch
problem.
out.
In Iraq, we left a void. We took out Saddam, and then ISIS festered because we left the void there.
Tough call.
But do we want to be dealing with nuclear threats 5-7 years from now, or do we just end it right now?
Thank God we got the right guy in making the decisions here.
Do we just fire one bunker buster and end it all? I don't know.
I didn't really give it this much thought. In fact, you guys are way more educated on that topic than me. But I didn't realize there was a fight between Ted Cruz and Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
Oh, big time.
Yeah?
Yeah. You know what? They were saying the guy that Rich listens to was sort of jealous.
Rogan?
Rogan.
No.
Jealous about what?
He wanted to get into the scuffle.
Oh.
Instead, you were watching Arnold on The View, though. You were watching
I was
that one.
watching Arnold.
Tuma.
Arnold from
Did he pull that line out again? I mean, come on.
Different
how many-
Strokes.
Oh, Gary Coleman. That's the Arnold I like.
Hasta la vista.
Happy June
Drop,
19th, Gary
drop.
Coleman. But
Come on.
Gone.
You know who I
They
like,
tied it up,
though?
baby.
Yeah.
so, Dubs, I'm curious because as somebody that I know doesn't like Tucker Carlson for whatever reason, and you could not possibly.
Tones doesn't like Tucker
No, I'm
Carlson.
sorry, Dub. I meant to say Dub.
Oh.
And somebody that
Say, what
nobody
world
likes
am I
Ted
living in?
Cruz. How would you? What side are you on this?
I'm on the side of.
I mean, you have to pick one, right? They're
have to go
opposite
with,
ends, right?
Tucker's.
Go with Tucker. Yeah, Tucker's more of a common
I
sense
like
guy.
Tux.
So you don't
Just want to stay out of it?
You don't try to take out
The
the nut job now while you have a chance.
I like Tux. The hemorrhoid apparatus.
Medicated pads?
Yes.
You know, Iran was a very prosperous country before the revolution in '79 when the current
Tones, I
regime
feel
took
like you're
over.
saying bombs away.
Well, Iran was a very peaceful, prosperous country. The revolution happened. These extremists took over and been in charge, and they're in a very suppressed state. The people have very little rights there, and they want change too. So they would support an overhaul of the government as well. It's not.
But let them do it though. Like, why do we?
That's the way I feel.
What I was thinking is, while we got them on their heels, why doesn't the country revolt right now and do a coup?
Well, I think that's what Israel's hoping for,
Yeah.
or they're hoping
So
that
this
we're
is where the
gonna get involved.
people should write. But again, I think a country like that, I don't think anybody has weapons. Like, that's a plug for the Second Amendment rights of the U.S. to be able to do something if needed.
100%.
Iran, there's probably no guns in civilian hands over there to do anything about it. So,
You got any famous Iranians that you can think of?
famous Iranians. I don't know if I know.
Wasn't there one in WWE?
Oh, the Iron Sheik.
Rich guessed it.
Iron
Was he?
Sheik?
Was he
Yeah,
Iraqi?
yeah.
I can tell where Daryl's going.
He might have been Iraqi. I think he was Iraqi.
No.
Was he Iranian?
He's Iranian.
He was Iranian, but he did pose on the side of the Iraqis during the.
Next, I want you to get a graphic for when Tones goes political. Just
Well, I'll tell you what, Rich,
This
if you were a little
political
tanner, you could be the Iron Sheik.
The Iron Sheik.
I got a lot of work on my tan next week.
Yeah. All right.
And
Doug,
his voice.
what's next?
I got to hear some.
Last one. Connecting consumers with local businesses for over 100 years. The Yellow Book. They're really.
They're advertising.
I had to turn off the DMs last week because I felt like it was it was spam essentially. You know,
That
it's
seems like
advertising.
Yeah, it was an ad. Did it say ad next to it?
No.
No? Well, shit. We should report
Caroline
them.
612 XXX.
There was a little TM above the book. Though.
About the book?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
So that's this week's. What do we call it?
Slide
Sliding.
into our DMs. Another great installment. Slide. Thanks, Dubs. Thanks for taking care of that.
You're welcome.
Yeah. You know
And
what?
thank you.
This is a better betting tip.
I have a real quick here, a better betting tip, because, we do talk about sports betting on the show. Not as much as we apparently used to, but we do. Yeah, it's something that's important to the four of us here. And I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about Parlay's got a bad name, right, Dub?
Does that have something to do with a beefy tasting burger?
No. We ping pong between topics around here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we're off the burgers. We're off the DMs.
Parlays are bad. We talked about that in episode 4, I believe.
Yeah, we've been talking about this. That because the vig is going to be compounded,
Vigorish.
right? Every time the vigorish. So if you bet, $100, what do you win on a minus 110, Dub? 91 and change.
Oh, I usually bet 110 to win 100.
Okay, but let's say you put $100 for easy math.
91 point.
Yeah, 91 point something. So then the second leg of your parlay, instead of having $100 on it, it's going to have 91 point something on it. And then you're going to have the third leg of your parlay, which is going to have even less. So that's going to compound. That vig is going to compound. And for those of you at home that don't know, a parlay, also pronounced parlay, is a cumulative series of bets in which winnings occurring from each transaction are used as stake for a further bet. And the big problem with parlays, or I guess the big thing is each leg must win, or your stake is completely gone. Have you ever bet a parlay? Anybody over there?
Many times.
Many times?
Many times.
Yeah. Sometimes you always miss one, right? You always miss that one.
Always miss the one.
Always miss the
I
one.
saw that on a T-shirt once.
Yes. However, they're not all bad. I know we poo-pooed them on the show, and I know if you watch any gambling YouTube or if you're part of gambling Twitter, you probably hear people poo-pooing parlays. But I have some reasons, or at least sometimes, where parlaying bets might actually be a pretty good idea. You guys excited about this? Who's pumped? Touch your head if you're pumped.
I like a good parlay.
Yeah. Okay, nobody's pumped.
I'm excited.
How about
That's right.
circumventing limits?
Well, that's coming up here. Yeah. So if you have a quantifiable edge, you can use a parlay to actually compound your edge. Just like the book is going to compound their vig. If you have an edge and you know what that edge is, you're going to compound that. So if each of your legs has positive expected value, and if all of them hit, you compound your edge as the probabilities of winning each leg are multiplied together to determine the overall parlay odds and expected value. A word of caution here. is because your variance is going to be a lot higher because you're not going to win as often, but when you win, you're going to win big. You got to make sure that your bankroll can support that. Dubs was going to say something, I thought.
Oh, you lose if you get your edge wrong, you lose 100% of your bets if they're in parlays.
Maybe not 100%, but
I'm thinking like, what if you had one that you felt so confident about in the NFL, and you said, "I'm going to parlay that with every game this week." I'm talking 16
like a round robin
two-leg parlays.
Okay.
And that one edge that you thought you had turned out to be a loser. You just lost 16 bets.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do it like that. But
A little aggressive.
that might be a little aggressive. But if you have two 5% edges and you parlay those together, you're going to have better than
25%.
Whatever. Yeah, you do the math. Okay, it may be a smart play. A parlay may be a smart play if you're going to take advantage of promos, which could make a parlay plus expected value. So if you did a 3-leg minus 110 parlay, we all know that if it's an efficient market, then you have a 50% chance of winning each one of those bets, right? So a minus 110 should be a 50-50 bet on either side. That'll give you a 12.5% probability of winning, which equates to plus 700. However, a 3-leg plus 110 parlay is only going to pay you out plus 596, which would be the equivalent of a 14.36 probability. So if you have a 15% odds boost, then your parlay will then be boosted from 596 to 700, and anything beyond that would be plus EV. So another reason, if you have an odds boost or a promo, that will get you to plus EV. Yep. Yeah.
Now, do you think that would remain consistent, right? 15% would be the cutoff, regardless of what you're parlaying?
Unfortunately, not. No, because if you had a minus 200 and a plus 3 something, those numbers are going to be different. But there are calculators online that you can find which will let you know how much of an odds boost you would need to get that to even. That's actually, you'd have to use a couple calculators, but you'll be able to figure it out. If not, comment in the video and I'll help you figure it out. Could be a smart play if you're trying to avoid getting limited, as D-Dub said. So placing some parlays, especially early in your account's life cycle. So when you just sign up for a sports book, if you start parlaying everything, they're going to profile you as a square instead of a sharp, and you will delay getting limited, if not avoid getting limited altogether. Also, a parlay can be used as a tool to mask sharp wagers. As an example here, there's a certain bet at a certain sports book that has a green logo. They misprice a certain alt market, and it's for a sport going on right now. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want everybody betting it. But you can bet this, and I always parlay it with something else, like a baseball game, for an example, something that has a 50-50 chance to win, like a baseball total. I really don't care what happens there. All I'm trying to get is not noticed on the price that they have wrong for this particular alt line, for this particular sport that's not hugely popular. Okay, so you're going to want to be able to...
They also give a lot of bonuses on that sport, don't they?
What's that?
Do you get a lot of bonuses on that sport? I get offered.
If you know the sport I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. You sure do. And then this one I think is maybe... I don't know how relevant this is, but if there's correlation between the bets, and this is a really, kind of a far-fetched example. So Jalen Hurts to win the Super Bowl MVP along with the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. Hey, that's something that's magic right there because those are both likely to happen. If you're going to be able to parlay those together, that would be a great thing. You're probably going to have to dig a little deeper to find correlated parlays. And this one, I think, I've never heard this before besides from me, but I use these to lever and lock in a futures price. So if you're confident that the odds on a futures bet is going to shorten, I'm going to give you an example of this with the Pistons. If you're confident that those odds are going to shorten and you're comfortable with the additional risk, it may be worthwhile to parlay those along with a shorter bet. As long as the shorter bet occurs first, you want to make sure that that event ends first to lock in the longer price while leveraging your original stake. So here's an example with $100. This is a true example. On 116.25, the Eagles to win the Super Bowl with plus 420, and the Pistons to win the East was plus 50,000. Now, granted, the Pistons did not win the East, so this bet did not pay off, but here's an example for you. If I waited till after the Super Bowl, which was February 9th, and on February 10th, I decided to bet the Pistons, they would have been plus 32,000. I was pretty confident on the 16th of January that number was going to move from 50 down. It was going to get shorter, and it did. It went to 32,000. So my Eagles bet paid $520. Now instead of having to bet the Pistons at 32,000, I got the Pistons back at 50,000. It's like a time machine. So on February 10th, I would have had to bet $812 to get the same payout on that Pistons bet. So if you know that those numbers are going to move, or at least you think those numbers are going to move, it may be worthwhile to do that while you're getting leverage. What are you doing over there? Okay. Now, this is really not the best example because you typically want to have something shorter, but this was the easiest example I came up with. So those are some examples of when it makes sense to parlay your bets.
Can I throw something up?
Yeah, while you're
I think Dubs.
Gee, I think it won't even hold anymore. What'd you do?
I broke it. I gave it too much love.
Jesus Christ, Rich. Yeah, what's up?
I know Dubs has his situations lie. I think he bets these a lot, but I still have that McElroy Tigers to win the American League, Lions win Super Bowl bet. Not a whole lot, but let's just say it's $10. Now it's worth 90.
Yes.
So it'd probably be worthwhile to me to look, maybe cash out 45 and then maybe put 45 down to see if it'll give me the same payout on the Tigers and Lions winning. You think it would work out that way or no?
It's not gonna.
I'm not gonna have as big as the payout.
It never seems to. It's never gonna work out that way, unfortunately, because
I haven't even looked at it. I just thought about it when Jim was talking.
Yeah, they're not really paying you on what you've already hit on the bet. They're paying you on what it would be to get the bet today.
Well, so, I feel like when Rory won, the payout was at the time he was 5-1, so they were offering me 5-1 because he, that was kind of but not recognizing that I had the other two bets. Does that make sense? But now that the Tigers are 20 games up, the payout's gone from 45 to 90.
I think Jim would have to answer this question, but I think because it would be the equivalent of had you won, how much money you had to put it on that bet is why how they determine what the payout is, right?
Yeah, when you have, especially when you have 3 or 2 distinct events in succession, all it really is the current price of the remaining bet versus how much of now your new stake after you won that first leg is there, and then they just discount that.
Yeah.
Versus, we had talked about this. I don't remember.
So the odds of the Tigers have decreased, obviously, and
yes.
My bet hasn't gone up that incrementally with that decrease.
Right. Although it, in theory, should, but they're going to take a pretty good chunk of that.
Well, maybe I can't cash out all of it, but maybe I can cash out 20 of it and put a $70 bet on and get it close. But then you get something back, right?
Yeah, there's actually episode 73, I think it was.
Sure, I watched that one last night.
Yeah, it was options for cashing out. Mm-hmm. I'd refer back to that because I think we were pretty thorough about the options you might have and why it works the way it does. Dubs, I thought you had something to add there, Tony.
Well, if there's a lot of fluctuation between the books, maybe that would be the only scenario possibly ever. If you could,
which we have seen on with Pistons and things like that. So shop it out, maybe.
Mm-hmm. I don't think you'll ever find it's gonna because I think they kind of know what's going on, right? Because I haven't really exactly weighed it out, but I've looked at it, just eyeballed it, and so maybe there's no scenario where that's gonna happen.
I mean, obviously, it becomes funner the more you hit, right? So if the Tigers hit the American League, which is very possible, I mean, 10 to win $7,500 now is gonna be at least worth a couple grand, I would think.
10 to win $7,500.
Yeah, with the Rory, because Rory already hit on the Masters.
Okay, so what was the odds on Rory? And how much was on the bet?
He was 5-1. He was the lowest of the 3.
All right, that's smart.
And at the time, the Tigers were not very, for whatever reason, they weren't priced high coming in. This was obviously before the Masters is when this bet was placed.
Yeah. So think about this. If you put $10 on it at 5-1, so now you got $60 on the Tigers to win at whatever the current odds are. Or whatever the odds were back then, rather. I'm sorry.
Right. Which they're lower now. So I couldn't just do that again, right?
Right, you couldn't just do that again, which was kind of my point. So, and I said the Eagles were a bad example because they were +4 or whatever
That
it
never
was.
It doesn't ever correlate that good.
Right.
I know what you're saying.
But ideally, you have something that's a pretty good favorite to win,
Sure.
a month away, and then your really long futures bet is 3 months away. So you're going to leverage that money and also lock in the current odds when you make the bet. So that's all I got to say. Let's do that. Well,
Hey, Jimmy.
Oh, yes, sir.
What about how we bet on the Tigers, we bet on the Pistons, these future bets. How are we going to determine? It just happened to work out that way, that they were their local teams.
Mm-hmm.
How are we going to find these teams that are not in the metropolitan Detroit
I know.
area?
We're going to have to start really looking because, I thought the Twins would be the one when they started the season off so bad, and it ain't going to be the one now. They're doing okay.
What were we getting? What was the number on the Tigers?
That was 50,000.
And the Pistons were 50,000.
Yeah, they were both 50,000.
So maybe we just scan for anything that's plus 50,000.
Yeah, but some of them are going to suck.
Sure.
Much
Sure, a
like
lot of them.
Most
a lot of them.
Most 50,000.
But maybe that's where maybe that's a starting point. Is there anything in here that's
well, we got
interesting?
really lucky because the two teams that we bet 50,000 they were good. I mean, they were good.
Yeah,
teams.
with the odds, two local teams in the same season.
Tones is going to tell you to get your Red Wings tickets.
Oh, that could be the next, depending what happens in the next month or so.
No, but I'll be honest. Though, if I didn't see that their season was kind of changing and turning, I wouldn't have put any money on that.
I think a team right now, if you want to take a flyer like that, is the Orioles.
Mm-hmm.
They're starting to warm up. They're way underachieving.
Got a lot of talent.
Their odds got to be high right now, and they could very easily turn it up. And they're 6.5 back. And when we got on the Tigers, they were 5.5 back around this time. So that would be a team I would just give
Yankees are slumping a little there.
I wonder though.
The Yankees are going to be overpriced no matter what.
No.
Right?
I mean, but it's opening the door for a team like the Orioles.
Gotcha.
I wonder though if the Orioles started too high compared to where the Tigers started.
Look it up. Let's look it up. I'll look
or the
it up.
Pistons.
I'll look up Oriole odds.
Hey, look up the Oriole odds. I would say let's wait till after the All-Star break, probably.
Yeah, just for fun though.
But yeah, look it up for fun.
Because we're only going to have the one show, so
in the
I'm
meantime,
say the Orioles are plus 7,000.
There's been some movement here, guys.
And Rich is going to say something about his pants.
I would say.
Yeah, I'm going to say
after almost 100 shows, I think we know what everybody's going to say.
Tones is going to
here.
laugh.
Yeah, Tones likes to laugh. Richie still down 21.92. Hasn't had a bet in the last 30 days. I don't think here, Rich.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think you have. But I got a divide by zero error on the spreadsheet, so it's been at least 30 days. Dub now moved to third place with the loss, a Scotty Scheffler loss, a rare.
Never happens.
Scotty Scheffler loss.
You know, it's tough. This golf is not the best sport for the numbers guys.
No, it's a tough time. Right, it's a tough time. So minus 10.43 is Dubs. Tones had an exceptional week last week and slides like a DM right into second place at minus 8.05. Big week last week, Tones.
Tones is going to say something about a BM.
I don't think so. I think he's past that
It's
now.
been a while since I've been negative single digits, so I want to stay there and work my way to zero.
Yes.
Go to work.
You're making a run.
Got some bad news for him.
And
hockey's over.
Hockey's over. And the bad news is...
and also,
yeah, what,
hockey
more
All-Star
bad news?
games are over.
That's his bread and butter. One weekend out of the year.
We got a year to World Cup, right, Rich?
He's still got the Tigers.
We've got the CONCACAF going on, though, right now. Anybody interested? Playing in Saudi Arabia right now.
What's
Team USA.
What's that now?
CONCACAF?
Conclave?
No, CONCACAF. CONCAF.
Never heard of it.
Soccer tournament?
Is it called the CONCACAF?
Yeah, it's huge. Well, it's big here because it's like Central America. I don't know how the hell Saudi Arabia got involved in this thing.
So it's not the Copa America because Saudis are in there.
CONCACAF is, I don't know. I thought it
Cancel
was
my
Central
subscription.
American.
Is it on Comcast?
I canceled my subscription and got YouTube TV.
I thought you saw it today. It was a bet, Tones. I know you're a big U.S.
Is it like preliminaries for something? Or
It's just a tournament like soccer. They kind of have their own tournaments here and there, and it's probably every 4 years or it might be every year actually. I don't know.
Now, is this a friendly?
No, it's a tournament. It's not a friendly.
shatter.
Oh, winner gets Air Force One. I heard though tonight.
These are the top.
It's from Cutter? Have anything to do with Cutter? All right, Tone, it's your first year, buddy. You got. You probably thought this was going to be starting before we were there, but there you go.
Pacers have been scrappy. All series. I think they're going to give them a lot to handle tonight. And make it. They're not going to make it easy on the Thunder to close it out in Indy tonight. So I like the +1. Was it plus 184? They already took 2 games.
Plus 184. Yeah.
Why not tonight at home? Again, Thunder's, they're going to wrap it up, I think, next game. But I think the Pacers have a chance. And why not at plus 184 take that?
So you think they're going to extend it to 7?
Extend it to 7.
No concerns about Halliburton's injury.
No, I think they're going to put up a fight. They're not going to go down easy tonight.
Okay. All right. Oh, Ryan Glinsky's in the house. Is Halliburton better than Cade? Quick answer.
I'd take Cade and I wouldn't look back.
Halliburton's good, but yeah, I think I'd run with Cade.
I'm going to say Cade. I'm going to say Cade.
I think Cade is the
he's
present and the future.
Yeah. Richie, Halliburton, Cade. God bless you.
For what?
That was the quietest sneeze with the biggest wind-up I've seen in a long time. What do you, Halliburton versus Cade?
Who do I want on my team?
Yeah.
Cade.
There it is. Ryan Glinsky. By the way, thanks for doing that beer, what was it, the lime beer shootout. That was a lot of fun. Next time you come back, we'll do it again. Maybe we'll do it with orange beers. All right, Tones, you got the Rays -1.5.
Yep, I like the pitching matchup in Tampa tonight. Or already started. Should probably put that one out a little while ago, but the plus 146. I've been having luck on the -1.5s. That's been helping me chip away, and I'm going to ride with it.
All right, the Stros versus the Sacramento
Took
Athletics.
another one. Take advantage of being at the A's. Very favorable pitching matchup for the Stros. A's are okay, not great, and I think Stros will take care of business, and I'll take some more positive juice there.
The positive juice. The Rangers.
You like the juice?
He likes it, the juice.
The Pirates are playing a doubleheader today in Detroit. They have to go fly to Texas and play. Or no, Rangers are coming in town, but Pirates doubleheader today. A good matchup for the Rangers tomorrow, pitching wise. I think they'll take care of business against the tired Pirates team.
I agree. And by the way, Putt's in the house. What's going on, Putt? Sorry we couldn't hear. If you chatted last week, we couldn't see you. We're back though. He says you're so good looking, which I think refers to Ryan Glinsky, who says good answer, which was probably the Halliburton versus Cade thing. Does that make sense? I know it's hard when you can't see him on the screen.
I don't understand.
So Putter says that Ryan is very good looking.
Oh,
handsome fella.
Yeah, he's a handsome guy.
Sure.
Handsome guy.
Daryl, what'd you say the odds were for Orioles?
God. 8,000?
13,000. Pretty good. I thought you said 12, though. So we'll have to
I
rewind
wish.
the tape on that later.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jimmy. Go ahead.
Let's go with your number.
Go talking about how handsome Ryan is again.
And then, oh no, I'm just saying he's a good-looking kid.
Okay.
And then Ryan said good answer in regards to Halliburton and Cade. I think is what that was.
I didn't really expand upon it. I mean, I think the quick answer is Halliburton because he's proven he can win in some big games where Cade hasn't done that yet. But I'm going to take Cade's upside. I'd like to see him what he looks like with a little better cast around him.
How disgusted are we all that the Pacers aren't the Pistons right now?
Yeah, I'm pretty disgusted.
I certainly.
I don't even want to. I cry.
Don't you think it was could be the same thing?
Yeah. Yeah, they are. It should have been the same thing. It should have been us. It should have been us.
And the Pistons are not expected to be much higher next year.
Nah, we could have been
Probably
great.
Not with that Magic trade.
Could have been a contender, Dub. Could have been a contender. All right, here's what I got. I got some women's tennis. I got Ons Jabeur to win. Ons Jabeur. -104 over at Bet Rivers. That's a pretty good number on her. She's playing Marketa Vondrousova. 1 unit tomorrow morning. And take a look at the numbers here. The model comes to, it's been a winning model, almost right down to my actual projection after 100 bets. Do you believe that?
Crazy.
Yeah. I have Jabeur should be -125. So you could play her a little bit further inside of that 104. I got Diana Yastremska to win against Layla Fernandez. Yastremska, she's a dog. I mean, she's not a dog, but she's an underdog. Plus 120. Sorry, I don't want
to. Me too. You back to the Stone
Yeah,
Age.
they're gonna me too me back to the Stone Age. So that was Norm line. What?
Stone Age is one of Rich's favorite movies when we were
You likes
kids.
that one? Yeah.
Classic.
My number on this one comes to Yastremska, plus 106. So should still be a dog, but 6.67% expected value on that one. I got Magda Lynette to win against Clara Towson. Tossing it in here is what I'm doing. Lynette plus 150. My number on that comes to minus 113. The wrong broad is favored. The wrong broad is favored.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah, and boom goes the dynamite. Plus 150. That's a good number. Where was that at? That was at DraftKings at the DK. Amanda Anisimova to win.
Anus?
Anus. I knew you were going to say something. I knew you were going to say that. You get her plus 115. My number comes to minus 127. Again, the wrong broad is favored. The wrong broad
terminology
is favored.
I don't think so.
That's two of them. That's two big ones right there. Yeah, I'd take both those. Did you bet mine last week and win?
I'm getting it in right now.
Yeah, throw them in right now. The wrong broad is favored. I got to come up with a drop for that. All right. Last but not least, we got some shout outs here.
We got trivia
shout-outs.
as well.
We got the trivia.
I'm gonna do that first.
Answer.
That's a good idea. That's a real good idea.
Uh-oh.
Trivia answers. But we know Rich got this wrong, so I think Rich could possibly be buying the beer
Shocking. I don't know.
next
Song
week. Here's a trivia question. It was a Smoosh words trivia.
Smoosh.
I might do this every week now that Rich doesn't know them. Fill in the blanks here, guys. Blank, 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 blank. And I even made the blanks the length of the words for you guys. So Paul Simon's song, which debuted 2 years after the Detroit Tigers won a World Series, and maybe, somebody's calling in. We'll get that in here in a second. It may be your long-lost pal. And the second part of it is the man who's played more games as a Detroit Tiger than anyone else. So we haven't had any callers, so let's get this caller in here. And let's see. It doesn't say. Oh, boy. Auto screen says Alex.
Oh, dear.
Oh, no.
It says Alex.
I wonder who this is.
All right. Alex.
Is this a Canadian guy?
Alex, you're live on the numbers, guys. What's going on, Alex?
Just Holden Winningham.
Oh, Holden, how are you doing, buddy?
Good, yeah.
Pretty good, man. What's going on?
Went 3 for 3 in my baseball game today.
You went what? 3 for what?
3 for 3.
3 for 3.
3 for 3? Oh, congratulations, man.
That's over 500.
That's
Yeah,
it
I'm
is.
signing flags tomorrow before the game.
What?
I'll be signing flags tomorrow before the game if you want one.
I'll take one. I'll take one, Holden. I think it's going to be worth something one day.
Gotta bring your own, though.
Oh, I got to bring my own flag.
BYOF.
BYOF. Where's the game at tomorrow? Is that out in, where's that at?
Saline.
Oh, Saline.
Saline, I believe it's pronounced.
Yeah, Saline's that's saltwater.
Yes. Where'd you play today?
Eastern Michigan. The field.
Oh. Pretty cool.
In Ipsy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
EMU. They're part of the MAC conference.
Did you find Ipsy as rough as people say, Holden? Like kind of a rough part of town?
Yeah, my mom had an interesting story. Some people were climbing in the Dairy Queen, feet out and stuff.
Okay. Hey, what was that teacher? While you're on the horn here, what was that teacher that you and Rachel had a disagreement about? Who was it the principal there at your?
I thought it was a teacher. I don't remember.
Was it a teacher?
Miss Mervich?
I don't think that was it. Where she said, "Oh, I can't stand it." You're like, "I like so and so." You remember that?
I think it was Miss Mervich.
Okay, it might have been Miss Mervich, Mrs. Mervich. All right, man. So 3 for 3 today. Big day out there on the diamond.
Did you guys win?
No.
Well. Okay. Did you pitch?
Yeah. No, I didn't pitch. I was in right, and I got taken out.
What'd you do?
Made an error.
Oh,
kind of.
They pulled you for one error?
Well, no, because they put in Xander because I play because he's faster.
Okay.
Huh.
Is that Xander with an
second
X?
in the pen.
Say again?
Yeah, Xander with an X.
Okay.
Back from a shoulder injury.
Tell him that's a cool name.
Yeah. all
Yeah,
right.
any name that starts with an X, right?
Xavier?
Pretty cool.
Yeah, all cool. Holden, we should have named there. We should have. Like I'm part of the naming process of D-Dub Sud. Should have named you Holden with an X. XOLDEN. That'd have been cool.
Zolden?
You ever wish your name
Zoltan.
Holden? Do you ever wish your name began with an X?
Zoltan.
No.
Hey, at least you're honest.
Holden, you sign the flag with your right hand or your left hand?
Left hand.
Left everything?
Yeah.
All right.
Will you personalize those for everybody?
Yeah, it depends on the person. $5 extra for it, though.
It's a profit-making scheme you got running here.
Yeah, it's not pyramid, though. It's legal.
That's not the pyramid.
I like that.
Jimmy was asking if it was a rough area, and I think his mother was saying that she saw one of the homeless people buttering his hand.
Oh, eating it like a bun, like a brioche.
You want an extra butter on
Might have to
Buttering
fill
his
out
hand
my,
at Dairy Queen?
on his Wonder Bread?
You might have to fill out my taxes, Dad, because I'm going to make a lot of money tomorrow.
It's all on the table.
Yeah, say
Cash only.
Take cash.
Cash only.
Do you accept nerds clusters, Holden?
Well, I won't charge you, but
No.
I won't charge you for that tax return, Holden. However, tips are
Yeah, throw
appreciated.
the flag.
We won't tax that part.
Throw the flag.
I have a feeling Holden's going to count those as tips. The signing fees might be a
Yeah,
tip.
that could be a tip, right?
Yeah, I
Holden,
think
if
it's a
you make
tip.
under 600, you don't have to report anything. So just keep it under 6.
He's
if you don't want
expecting.
to.
He's expecting big
I
things.
don't, is
tomorrow.
that true? I don't think that's true.
I'm pretty sure it's true.
Yeah. Well, where are the numbers?
You don't get
guys?
issued a 1099 unless it's over
I
600.
think you still have to report it, though.
Pish posh.
No,
Ain't no one gonna be missing this 600.
they don't need to know.
All right.
Well, listen, buddy. Hey, good
Well, I
talking
just
to you.
wanted to call and congratulate you guys on 100.
Oh, you're
Wow, that's
about
early.
a week early.
A little
But-
premature, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah.
Dad's fault then.
Yeah.
Is that what Lauren says too, Rich?
I don't know. Not to me.
Not to me.
She said something to you lately?
No, she hasn't mentioned it to me. All right, Holden. Hey, good
on
talking to you.
99.
Thanks for the congratulatory call. And by the way, actually, you went 3 for 3. We're the ones that owe you the congratulations.
Good luck in Celine.
Yeah.
Celine, yeah.
Celine.
Come by in a couple of weeks, Holden, if you're available.
All right.
All right, buddy.
So, yeah.
Have a good one.
Later, buddy. Thanks.
We're the number 99 of podcasts, Tones would say.
Yeah, like the great one.
Doesn't get any greater.
Yeah. This is the great one. All right. So, and that was Holden. Thanks for calling, Holden. Really do
The
appreciate
voice
that.
of the Great Lakes.
The great voice of the Great Lakes.
This is
and
the perfect natural moment right here. The rain coming down. 4-4 game.
Let's end it. Come on,
And
Big
knock the
Zach.
cover off the ball.
Come on, Kool-Aid.
Come on, Big Zach.
all right, I'm gonna put these on the screen. Here's Tone's trivia guess. Tone's trivia guess. He says,
who's alkaline?
"Call me alkaline like a battery."
Oh.
Call me alkaline. I don't
I
think
forgot
that's right.
about that
Tones.
song.
Oh, well, I'm glad you did.
That
Dubs,
was,
he also got it.
Chevy Chase was on that video, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
correct.
Drummer for Steely Dan was Chevy Chase at one point in his life.
Never recorded with him.
No. Call me Al Kaline, says Dubs.
Thank you.
And Richie says,
Silence of the Lambs.
Daryl used to say, "How many professionals do you know named Rich besides Rich Becker?"
Sounds of silence. Rich Becker. Okay, correct response was, of course, call me Al Kaline. Smush words, everybody. What you guys like that? Smush words fun?
Very good.
No, terrible.
No,
Yeah,
terrible. I know Rich
I don't
would
mind
like
smush
it.
words. I just don't mind the music.
Ale, a lot of people just call her Ale. Mm-hmm. And
I got that part,
Yeah.
but I don't know any much song titles.
Not enough songs with piccolo solos.
No, you're right. You're right.
Not enough, right?
Not
For
enough.
sure.
Okay, now it's officially
Come on now.
See ya. No.
Goodbye, baseball.
Did someone just fart when you hit that?
I think I might have been.
I got excited.
Yeah. might have been
Say, what
Towns.
the hell happened there?
He's still having problems since that fistula.
Some gas left some orifice when they get excited.
Talk about
Yeah.
gaslighting. Jeez.
Yeah, don't like that. All right, Rich, you got any shout-outs?
No, I don't have any shout-outs, I don't think.
Keep
I'll
it
think of-
easy.
I'll keep thinking. What?
Yeah, you keep thinking.
I'll keep thinking.
All right, Tones.
Shout
Juneteenth?
Yeah.
Shout
To
All our black viewers out there. African-American?
to President Lincoln. Thank you
Shout
very
out.
much. Shout out.
Okay, Dubs.
Shout out to my daughter. She's which one's she now?
Ooh.
Mildred.
Yes.
Mildred. She
Shout
had
out.
a birthday yesterday.
Oh.
Hey, happy
big-
birthday,
Happy
Mildred.
birthday, Elaine.
Big one too.
Wow.
12. That's
She's getting
12.
up there.
Ooh.
Shout out.
Almost got all teenagers in the house.
Yeah. We had an exciting day. We did a lot of her things.
Light bright. Barbies, probably.
Shout
She picked strawberries.
Strawberry picking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got pancakes.
Shout
She
out.
loves
Oh,
pancakes.
who doesn't? Good pancake.
Pancakes. And then we. What else did we do?
Yeah.
She played volleyball and she went to a volleyball camp.
Oh, Legacy?
Utica.
Utica.
Shout out.
All right.
So we did that.
Shout out.
I don't know
and,
much about volleyball camps.
Coming
We
down.
went to Nothing Bunt Cakes.
Ah,
Bunt.
it's a
which
nice
is-
pun.
Are they
It's a
calling
pun
it?
on. It's a play on words.
Chain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did
Good.
And what else did we do? Texas Roadhouse.
Oh,
That's one of her
nice.
favorites.
So is mine, also known as Tucker's.
They stopped the game right now?
Oh, it's raining. Yeah, they're going to stop it.
How can they
Just
Shout
sissies.
in the bottom of the night?
Finish it up.
Any other details you'd like to share from Lane's
She
birthday?
got to. Oh, he's mad.
Well,
Yeah, he
he's,
is.
he's mad at Donnie
The
Kelly, baby.
umpire is mad at Don Kelly.
Don Kelly's going to start throwing shit at him. He doesn't take any
He's
shit.
like, I'm
man.
getting wet.
Shout out.
He
and you can
pointed
shut
at
the
him.
hell up.
Yeah.
He pointed at Don Kelly, and now he's doing
the
this.
animated.
Looks like Virgil there is about to jump in on everything.
Oh, Don, did he just get tossed? I think he just got tossed.
Oh,
You got tossed on the umpire walking out of the
He got tossed. He doesn't like that,
not a-
Don Kelly.
It's not a true homecoming for the guy if he gets
No,
tossed. And
Don Kelly's going to tell him to go F himself.
it's a shame.
Shout out.
Good utility
yeah.
player for the Tigers, Don Kelly. Yeah.
Texas Roadhouse. She got to sit in the saddle and give her biggest yeehaw.
Nah, what was it was her birthday.
Shout out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
She get a free
Eh.
dessert?
You gonna encourage us?
No. No
Why not?
dessert.
Supposed to
Shout
get
out.
dessert on your birthday at Roadhouse.
No dessert.
A bunch of cheapos.
Yeah. So she wanted all she wanted for her birthday was a Shure microphone.
I could have helped her out.
She
She,
was
didn't get one.
disappointed.
Yeah, you called me. Said any suggestions? I said, oh, you should like microphones? But no.
Shout out.
So shout out to Mildred.
Shout out.
That's great.
Yes.
12 years old.
Happy birthday, Mildred, 12 years old. I got...
that's a good age to be.
That's a great age.
Great age.
I got the entire Hilltop crew.
Shout out.
The entire Hilltop crew. No, they're nice.
suck
They're
up.
commenting on that video.
Yes.
I'm going to include Jarrell in the Hilltop crew. I don't
Yeah.
know. He works there from time to time. He does that the bot that he's
Yeah.
working on. Yeah,
I'm
he's
talking
doing
about
that.
Lisa. I'm talking about Tia.
Yeah.
Talking about Fig Newton.
Yeah, Fig Newton. Undercover, probably Darko. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll get to the bottom of that. So the entire Hilltop crew. Also, all the people that gifted me stuff for Father's Day. Man, what a just some beautiful gifts, beautiful time. Went downtown. I already talked about this. But then my oldest shows up with a bottle of
Red?
whites. Not Weller. Is it? No. The one.
Whatever.
I can't think of the name of it right now. Shit, it's the one that's in that.
The mayor?
No. It's really good bourbon. And also some cigars. So thank you, pal.
What
Really
a
do
great
appreciate
gift.
that. It was a great gift. And that's all I got. The only other note that I have here is we're not going to have a show next week. Is that an important note? Maybe I should have led with that. No show next week because D-Dubs and Rich are going to be out of town. Tones and I will be
Not
here.
together, though.
No, not together. No, but Tones and I will be here in the studio. We're just going to play Touch Pee-Pee or something for a little bit, but we're not going to have a show. And
Onesies.
I didn't clear that with you, Tones. I'm sorry. You wanna-
You should run
Maybe
it by
talk to Allie first.
Check with my agent.
Yeah, I'll check with your agent.
Stoned age.
So in its place, next Thursday, the Robustos review, the full Robustos review is going to drop Thursday at 7 o'clock p.m. The following week, though, is going to be our 100th show.
The big one.
The big one.
The Century Club.
It's the Century Club.
I said it's going to be done.
Go ahead.
I just said it's going to be done.
Okay. What percentage
I
of
agree.
podcasts make it to 100? Do we have any stats?
It's going to be in the tenths of a percent.
Tenths of
Tenths of a percent, but I heard that if you make it to 100, you'll make it to 1,000.
Yeah.
99% of the time.
Now, Rich, would you say that we have like 600 and not that I'm counting 670?
68.
Yeah, 668 subscribers. The
You
most
rounded
shows.
Yes, I was just going to say that.
Yes.
You took the words.
Per
the most
subscriber?
shows with the lowest subscribers of all time.
Yes, that's right. So we're talking almost. We have a show for each and every one of you.
Now
So
here-
there you go.
Do we have an equation for that?
This is where numbers can lie to you, but we don't. Every show doesn't get us 6.7 subscribers.
That is true. That is true. Some of them get us 0.002 subscribers.
After 99 shows,
Like this one, I have a
Jim
feeling
knows
is
my
going to
humor
probably
so well.
Yeah, yeah. I know where Rich was going to go with that. So next week, no show. The following week will be our 100th show of all time. It may not come out on Thursday. It may come out on Friday instead. You guys don't know about this, but me and Tones were talking more. After
We got a big surprise.
We got some big stuff going on. We got big stuff going on. So keep an eye. We'll definitely post something about it, whether it's what do you call those, text in your the YouTube thread or whatever.
DMs.
You might call it a DM. And then the following week, Tones and I are gone. So we're gonna have a stretch here of 3 weeks where there's gonna be some random shit, but not this show is BS.
The dog days of summer.
It's like the GM layover period, the shutdown or whatever.
Shut it down.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that microphone where you want it, Rich? You got that straightened out by now? Just check it. Make sure it's in the right position for you.
It's good.
Okay. All right. And so that's what I got. Anybody else have anything to add?
Shout out
There it is.
some type of fundraiser tomorrow.
Shout out.
I don't know. For the kids. It's going to be for the kids.
For the kids.
Yep.
I would say, yeah, I just thought of one.
Okay.
So our favorite neighbor Stacy, we had soccer practice on Monday. Our kids are same team as with my little guy, C. Okay.
Okay.
And afterwards, the practice, we were messing around with the kids, playing a little extra. She decided to play goalie a little bit. Turned awkwardly and fell on the ground. Heard a pop, and we believe that she has an ACL tear. So,
This is Gianna?
no, neighbor Stacy.
Oh, Stacy?
Yes. So she has to get an MRI in the coming week or two.
Oh, man. We'll get
Yeah,
well
so
soon,
get well.
neighbor
She's
Stacy.
still walking around, but
IV of Coors Light to take care of that.
she's not doing
sure
any
will.
running right now. But she's still hobbling around. So
Wow,
it was
that's
I was
unfortunate.
right
The
there. It
old
was
AC.
a very unfortunate freak thing that I witnessed there. So get
I wanted
well.
to see that.
Did it make a loud popping sound?
She heard it. She heard the pop. So,
Oof, that's unpleasant.
yep.
All right. Anybody else before we're off?
I'm ready to go.
All right, we're ready to
I
go.
haven't
Shout
There
out
yet.
to neighbor Stacy, my second favorite neighbor. Just in case Frank's listening.
That's smart. You don't want to. Okay, you don't
Yeah,
want to
get herself some salmon tiger shirts.
We'll see you
Is that
guys
salmon?
again sometime. Thanks.
Pink or salmon?